Well, a very good afternoon to you. It's good to see you here again on K24 TV. Many thanks for joining me this afternoon for K24 Newscast. We've compiled for you the latest happenings across the country. My name is Bentura Kumbuka, and our sign language interpreter will be Evelyn Wangui. And now let's take a look at what's shaping our broadcast at this hour. D-Day for Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua as impeachment motion is set for tabling before the National Assembly this afternoon. New beginning for the health as Kenya rolls out the new social health insurance policy. Victims of the Eldoret overseas scam take to the streets, lamenting laxity from Office of the Director of Prosecutions in conducting investigations. Welcome to the program. And Kibwezi West Member of Parliament Mwengi Mutuse is set to table the impeachment motion seeking to remove Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from office. Over 300 members of Parliament have appended their signature to support the motion. And now we cross over to Parliament, where we are joined live by our political reporter Joel Chacha. Good afternoon, Chacha. If you can hear me, what's the latest development on that story?
A very good afternoon to you, Bentura. Indeed, I'm coming to you live from the Parliament buildings, where today all eyes are set at these buildings, even as the Kibwezi West Member of Parliament Mwengi Mutuse is set to table an impeachment motion seeking to remove Rigathi Gachagua as the Deputy President. Mwengi Mutuse is a member of the Maendeleo Chap Chap party, which belongs to Alfred Mutua, who is currently the Labour Cabinet Secretary, and you know, the speculations were there of where or which member of Parliament from a given region will table this motion, but it's now apparent that it is the Eastern region that has carried the day. And over 300 members of Parliament have already appended their signatures to the motion, even as the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua yesterday made at least 3 or 4 attempts to block Parliament from considering or processing the motion of impeachment. But it's clear from the courts that there was no conservatory order that was given, and that's why today we are seeing that the order paper, there will be a supplementary order paper that will include now, of course, the notice of motion for the removal of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and 10 grounds have been, put forth. And among them, of course, is the gross violation of the Constitution, matters of corruption, where they accuse the Deputy President of amassing over 5.2 billion Kenya shillings within a period of 2 years. And he is linked with, of course, his closest family, that is the wife, Pastor Dorcas, and as well 2 sons. And so they have even gone ahead to list the companies that are believed to have been used to acquire the unexplained wealth, and even photographs of various businesses have been placed. And so this seems to be a well-researched or documented motion that is expected, of course, to elicit reactions in the National Assembly. Remember, the Speaker, that is Moses Wetangula, and his Deputy Gladys Boss-Sholei had appeared to also taken a given position as far as this impeachment motion is concerned. But out of at least 360 members, with over 300 members appending to a signature, already it surpasses the requisite threshold of about 117 members of Parliament. And so, Bentura, this afternoon it's going to be a bit historic, factoring in since the implementation of the 2010 Constitution. This will be the first time that a Deputy President will be put to test whether they can be removed from office or not. But just to refer to what was happening in the courts, where at least, the matters or the petitioners, their cases were certified as urgent. Remember, one of the cases was filed by a closest ally of the Deputy President, that is the former UDA Secretary General Cleophas Malala, who has been given now a mention date of 9th, that is next week. There is actually a 7th and 9th. By these cases being certified as urgent would mean at any given point, considering they have challenged that Parliament as it is not properly constituted according to even a Supreme Court ruling. Therefore, it would mean should the courts be satisfied that there is need to first of all halt the impeachment process of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, considering that it will have serious repercussions, including barring Gachagua from ever again being on the ballot in the future, as we have seen for the cases of governors who have been impeached. If conservatory orders will be given at any point within this process, be it during the National Assembly or the Senate, then it will be a blow to the mover of the motion and, of course, the proponents of this motion. But it is a matter of wait and see how the courts will deal with that, whether they will still consider the request or the prayers of the petitioners. Also, Danstan Omari, who filed the case, of course, under the Sharia Mtani lobby group, also argued that by the fact that the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker have already expressed their position, then it will be unfair to subject the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to such a process, as it will be obvious then the results will be Gachagua will be unfairly heard. But what we've witnessed with this particular matter, Bentura, is that the grounds of impeachment, several of them have been listed, including at one point Gachagua having stated that Kenya is a shareholding company, and also there is a matter of the Mount Kenya politics, the unity that the Deputy President has been championing for. They say that appears to discriminate other regions. Also, the eviction of the riparian or those who lived along the riparian land, that is along the Nairobi River, also created or has now created part of the grounds for impeachment, where they say it's a contradiction to what the cabinet had decided. There is another matter of undermining devolution, a case between, of course, Gachagua and the Nairobi governor, Rigathi Gachagua, undermining the judiciary, where Judge Esther Maina at one point was on the spot after the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua had actually alleged that she unfairly made, of course, some orders against the proper position. But these are just part of the matters that we will be focusing on, even as the motion will be tabled today at 2:30 in the National Assembly. Remember, even after the National Assembly either, let's say, approves this motion, it will still proceed to the Senate for consideration. But that's the update as of now. It's clear that now it's Mwengi Mutuse, Kibwezi West Member of Parliament, who will be tabling the impeachment motion. And interestingly, it has emerged also that perhaps the reason Mwengi Mutuse has filed this motion is that his closest opponent back, of course, in Kibwezi West, Mbaluka, is the closest ally of the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. So, of course, it's also for closest or personal interests. Back to you in studio, Bentura.
Well, thank you, Joel Cheche, for that comprehensive update. And definitely we'll be getting back to you in our subsequent bulletin, even as the motion is set to kick off at 2:30 p.m. And away from that, as the registration and transfer from NHIF to SHA continues across the country, dialysis patients are more at risk and may fail to receive the treatment or forced to dig deep into their pockets to receive dialysis. And now we are joined by our health reporter Robbie Omondi, who's at Mama Lucy, where the mass registration is ongoing. Good afternoon, Robbie. What's the latest from that side?
Bottom-up economic model.
Good afternoon, Bentura. We are at Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital, and as you've rightfully put it, it is right to say that there is a possibility that dialysis patients, we are talking about kidney patients who are undergoing dialysis in different parts of the country, could be the most affected when it comes to the transfer from NHIF to the SHA cover. However, that is not yet confirmed, and we'll be able to speak to patients, especially those receiving dialysis treatment in various hospitals, especially the private hospitals, and they'll be able to take us through that particular effect, especially when it comes to the transfer and receiving of treatment of these particular patients. Now, right about now, I'm at Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital, where the registration is ongoing, and I'm speaking to the CEO, who will be taking us through the numbers that have so far registered, how has the process been, and why did it have to wait until today, the 1st of October, for many patients to come come here and register themselves on the new SHA cover instead of coming earlier, to make sure that the transfer from NHIF to SHA is smooth and to ensure that Kenyans receive treatment as supposed to be. Now, allow me to speak to CEO Dr. Alfred, who will take us through what is happening today, the issues that are concerning the transfer, are there any challenges, and what is being done to ensure that all Kenyans are on board when it comes to the new cover. Welcome, Daktari. Take us through what is happening today, and maybe take us through the numbers that you have registered so far and what is expected of the patients that come to the hospital.
Thank you so much, and my name is Dr. Wafula, CEO of Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital. We are at Mama Lucy now. We have started the registration of Kenyans officially on SHA, and as we speak currently, we are doing a registration at Mama Lucy Kibaki, and as we speak currently, we have already registered 200 patients, and registration is ongoing. For the patient who have dialysis, the people who have dialysis, ongoing is going on. So other things, we are ready and everything is moving on.
Now, for the patients maybe who have questions, what is the difference for patients who come here? Do you take your time to explain to them what SHA entails and the advantages that comes with the new cover?
For the patients who are coming, we have put in a desk, a customer care desk that they are explaining to them, and then there is a registration going on. So at any given time, once the patient comes, there is a desk that is assisting them, and then additionally, we have someone directing them. Those who come with emergencies, we are seeing them. We first manage the patient, and then we take the patient through on what they are supposed to do. Yes.
Unlike previous times when there are patients who come and they're told the cover has a limit to a certain extent, do you think SHA will make a difference when it comes to access and affordability of medical care in the country?
We believe with the new contract, part of the issues that were being managed will be managed at the primary healthcare level, that is at level 2s and level 3s. For the patients that will need referral, they will be managed at Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital and other level 4s and level 5s. And at Mama Lucy Hospital, we will not have such of those challenges because we are going to have what we call fee for service. We will treat the patient and then bill SHA. So we anticipate that if there will be any challenges, they will be quite minimal. Otherwise, with fixed fee for service, such challenges that the cover is exhausted will not be there.
Thank you, Dr. We'll let you continue with the process. Now, for now, we'll be able to follow up with those who are registering to this new health cover, which is SHA, and equally try to talk to patients, especially those who are in private sector. Around yesterday, there was a circular by patients who are expected to receive dialysis treatment in the various hospitals. We expect to talk to some of them, and we'll be bringing you that update in our subsequent bulletin. For now, allow me to bring back to studio until another time. Bye.
Well, thank you, Robbie, for that update on the rollout of the new social health insurance fund. And away from that, a section of Uasin Gishu residents, joined by the human rights activists, have held demonstrations to the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, rather to protest what they lament as a laxity by the office to prosecute perpetrators of fraud in the county. The residents are blaming ODPP for dragging cases for long at the expense of victims who have lost millions of money to fraud companies comprising promising job opportunities abroad. The county has been at the center of controversy involving travel agencies that have duped residents money under the guise of securing them jobs in different countries.
Ziliangukia patupu kwa kampuni ya Judy Chepchirchir. Tulilipa nikilipa ni mali zangu, nikilipia kijana yangu aende mchi wa Qatar kwa kazi ile ya Olimpiki.
Shida kubwa sana katika nchi hii ni ODPP. That is the Office of Director of Public Prosecution. Hao ni watu wamepewa blank check. Hao watu wamekuwa sasa ni investigators, wamekuwa ni prosecutors, at the same time wamekuwa ni judges. Kesi yote ambayo inakuja kwa ODPP inazimwa pale. ODPP wasipotaka kesi kuipeleka mbele, polisi wanafanya kazi yao vizuri, wanajisasiti kufanya uchunguzi. But ikifika tu kwa ODPP, that's the time frustrations in our answer.
We have been working for justice for more than 2 years, but nothing has happened. There is laxity in these relevant authorities, and that's why we want to establish where the problem is. But we know the office of the ODPP, we know there is impunity going on in their office. And if you are not going to execute your duties, we are going to send you home. Under Article 1 of the Constitution, power belongs to these people.
To the coastal region, the government has closed over 500 recruitment agencies in the coastal region in a campaign to fight out rogue recruitment agencies. The agencies have been blamed for scamming youths about overseas jobs, exposing them to torture and danger. Principal Secretary for Labour and Skills Development, Shadrach Modeme, has called on youths to make use of the National Government Authority website to recognize legit recruitment agencies.
Kulikuwa na kampuni karibu 1000 ambao kazi yao ni kutafutia Wakenya kazi huko ng'ambo. Lakini tukagundua wengi wao ni wakora. Ni briefcase private recruitment agency, rogue recruitment agency. Wale ambao wanachukua Wakenya, wanawaambia watapatia visitors visa ili waende huko ng'ambo, lakini mwishoe Wakenya wanapata wako taabuni wakiwa huko nje. So kile ambacho tumefanya, tumezipunguza kutoka 1000 kwa wakati huu ni kama 500 peke yake. There is a very stringent vetting process that has been put in place. We involve all security agencies and government ministries ili kuhakikisha Wakenya wasidanganywe. Na kile ambacho tunasema ni kijana yoyote ambaye anahitaji kwenda ng'ambo kufanya kazi, you must access the National Employment Authority website. Mkiangalia website ile, zile zote ambazo pengine zimekaguliwa vyema ziko sawasawa in black, lakini zile ambazo tunajua ziko na dosari, ziko na tashushi, they are all in red. So we are telling young people to avoid the ones that are in red and only.
Well, and at this point, we take a breather here at K24 Newscast. I'll be back with more stories. Stay tuned for that.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us.
Alcohol and drug addiction are now set to benefit from services from the National Authority for the campaign against alcohol and drug abuse in Nakada after the authority opened its offices in Ngong Town. During the official opening of the event, the authority launched its campaign against drug and alcohol abuse in the area, setting a 5-day sensitization exercise of the menace that has mostly affected young people in Kajiado North. The officers running the campaign called on the public to make use of the public facility in Ngong for recovery, counseling, among other drug abuse-related services.
And we are hoping to partner with various organizations at the community level, in the schools, faith-based organizations to enhance our prevention measures, mainly the campaign, carrying out awareness campaigns within schools, within communities, to ensure that people who have not started using do not start using. But again, as has been said by the Assistant County Commissioner, this has been the recovery month, September. So we are also here to encourage people who are already using and who have disorders or have issues with substance and alcohol use, that recovery is possible, help is available. So we have our helpline. It's a 24 hours toll-free helpline. The number to call is 1192. And on the other side, you'll get a counselor who will talk with you, who will walk the journey with you. As you may know, every family, even those in this office has a person or two that is, and every 10 has a person or two that is has problems with alcohol and drug abuse. So we want to enhance sensitivity to ensure that we reduce those numbers. Maybe at the current level, maybe 30% to around 5 to 10%, if it's possible, using the help of NACADA and police enforcers and
And protesters on Monday barricaded the Nanyuki-Rumuruti road to protest the failure by the government to fulfill numerous promises to upgrade it to bitumen standards. The 80-kilometer stretch of the road is said to be impassable during the rainy season, with some vehicles getting stuck for days and others opting to use the longer 151-kilometer Narumoru-Nyahururu route. The adamant protesters, who only cleared the road after intervention by armed police officers, noted that the crucial road that links Nanyuki to the new Laikipia County headquarters at Rumuruti has been neglected by the government.
Tukienda upande ya Nanyuki hatuna barabara. Na vitu yenye tunaenda kununua Nanyuki na tunaenda Nakuru. Hatuna barabara yoyote. Kuna masiku tunalala manjiani. Kuna wakati tunapeleka wagonjwa hospitali Nanyuki, barabara inaharibika na mgonjwa uko naye mkononi, anakufia njiani.
Na tunaomba kama tunaweza pewa kibali, tuachane na mashamba yetu, tukuje tulime wapi? Barabara. Maana barabara imetufanya kazi yetu imekuwa ni sufuri. Unalima kwingine kukinunuliwa mzigo na bei nzuri, kwetu inanunuliwa na bei ya kupoteza.
Tumeumia sana hii barabara zaidi ya miaka 10. Kwa maana kutoka Nanyuki kwenda Rumuruti ni kama kilomita 80. Inachukua muda wa masaa 4 ama masaa 5 ya barabara kuharibika. Sasa ningeomba hii serikali yetu ile hopes walikuwa natuambia wakati wa campaign, walikuwa ametutongoza ya kutosha, bora tutimize hiyo mambo.
In order to enhance governance structures, organizations have been urged to build a culture of motivation for the purpose of sustainable growth. This came to light during the Institute of Certified Secretaries breakfast meeting with the Council of Governors. The Institute aims to promote the practice of good governance in both the public and the private sector.
I'm particularly very delighted because in a very difficult mood, I'm telling you. Today's event is very significant. As you may be aware, the COGA is a very distinguished initiative that recognizes and rewards champions in areas of governance, individuals, institutions, organizations, and so forth. Governance is a very key element in the success of any institution. And of course, COGA is going to play a pivotal role in specifically 3 areas. 1, in strengthening institutions. 2, benchmarking for good governance and excellent governance. And 3, most importantly, to enhance proper service delivery so that the benefits of good governance can be felt across.
The Champions of Governance Award is one of the initiatives by the Institute of Certified Secretaries and its partners in an attempt to promote governance in our country. We started in the year 2010, and what we've been doing over the years is go to institutions and assess their governance practices, processes and policies, and give them recommendations in form of a report on areas of possible improvement.
Indeed, a number of our members or listed companies have been beneficiaries of the award over the years, and indeed are excelling and shining and showing indeed that governance is key to even when you consider the bottom line of a company. People are not just looking at financial terms, but also looking at the essence of governance, and are happy to associate with your organizations and your companies. So listed companies, please do come out in large numbers. Please sign up, register, participate, and indeed immerse yourselves in this process.
And members of the pastoralist communities from Turbe Ward in Marsabit County have appealed for the fast-tracking process of the community land registration in order to enable the various communities seeking to have their land registered to have better control of the resources within their respective areas. The members cited that they had to contend with foreign entities intending to encroach on their land, which measures more than 10,000 hectares. According to them, the pastoralist community members who are predominantly nomadic require the land ownership document title deeds as soon as possible in order to have the total control of their resources.
Hapo mbeleni tuko under trust land na hatuna ardhi, lakini saa hii tumejipanga kuwa turejestiwe na tushikiliwe mkono ile tupate maendeleo.
This land is around 10,000 acres and more than 10,000 acres. It has got natural resources, some known to us, some not known to us, sand resource, other mineral resources and other prospects which is going on, especially the wind energy, which we've been squeezed by different companies. We've been requested by different companies.
And Jamaican reggae star Glenn Washington is expected to thrill fans in Kenya. The reggae maestro is expected to land at the JKI any minute from now, where he will be addressing the media on his widely publicized performance. And our reporter Majibu Kitsao is on standby and brings us up to speed with the latest on the Summerfest 2024. Over to you, Majibu.
Yes, Bentura, we are coming to you live from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. We are here very excited and ready to receive the Jamaican reggae star Glenn Washington. We are told he will be arriving here any minute from now, and we understand he will be performing on the 19th of October this year at the Africa Bound Reggae Summerfest 2024 at the KICC here in Nairobi. And before Glenn arrives, let me just talk to a few of his fans who have arrived here in large numbers, ready to receive him. Bingwa, naomba ujiongee hapa karibu kidogo, jina lako nani na unatarajia nini kutoka kwa Glenn Washington, labda performance yake hiyo 19th?
Tunatarajia a lot of more music, more love and the vibes. Yes.
You here for the good vibes?
We are here for the good vibes.
Good vibes.
Yes.
Na labda si mara ya kwanza Glenn anakuja Kenya, labda ukilinganisha performances zilikuwa kitambo, wewe kama fan je uliattend na saa hii ametoka ni mara yako ya kwanza?
Saa hii this is the moment between the first and second zile alikuja. This is it. This is the biggest show is going to happen at KICC. Yes.
Na labda one of your favorite jams za Glenn Washington ni gani?
A lot. He has a lot of hits back to back. So there are so many. Yeah.
Sawa sawa. Na labda pia nipate kauli mwingine pia. Kuna one here who has arrived here with ready to receive Glenn Washington. Kwaje bro?
Poa sana.
Umepiga rasta kala kabisa.
Shashamane 40.
Shashamane
at 40.
Ready for Glenn Washington.
System. Yeah, ready.
Tutarajia nini kutoka kwa Glenn Washington wewe kama fan wake?
Glenn Washington, that's a star. Glenn Washington is star. Ni star.
Ni star.
$1 million voice man.
Ni ngoma gani unajua Glenn Washington yenyewe? Your favorite jam of Glenn Washington?
Olipa them. They are wicked tunes. Olipa them.
Mimi yangu ni still going strong ya Glenn Washington.
Kuna latest. Wewe ujui.
Gani your latest? Mimi sijui.
Home again. Home again. A killer tune. A killer tune.
It's a killer tune.
A killer tune.
So what do you expect from Glenn Washington?
Good performance and come and have fun in Kenya.
Mwanzako amesema he's here for the good vibes.
Yeah, this is wicked, man. This is wicked. This is our celebration as you see Shashaman at 40. It's not a joke. Si mchezo.
Amesema si mchezo. As you can hear, Bentura, the fans are here, as I've told you. They have arrived here in large numbers. And Bentura, I hope they find time also for the Glenn Washington show on 19th of October at the KICC. In other words, I've said that was just the Jamaican version of it. That I hope you can also find time and attend the Glenn Washington show on 19th of October. We are here ready to receive him. I'm told he will be arriving here any minute from now, and I hope we'll also be coming back to me live and see the live pictures of this Jamaican reggae star Glenn Washington arriving here in Kenya. Not for the first time, but he has been here before. And we are here ready also for the big performance on the 19th of October at the KICC. Back to you, Bentura.
Well, definitely, Majibu, we will be getting back to you when Washington Glenn will arrive in the country. And definitely, we'll be making plans to be in attendance at the Summerfest 2024. And at this point, we close the K24 newscast. Many thanks for keeping me company. My name is Bentura Kumbuka, and our sign language interpreter has been Evelyn Wangui. Do have yourself a good afternoon.